Pioneer in their road jerseys, the black jerseys, black tops and bottoms with the purple stripe across the top. Pioneer in block lettering on the front. That gathered in by Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith kicks it on the far wing over to Patel. Patel dribbling, coming out is DeWolf to watch her. Patel coming down the far sideline. Kicks it back over on the near side. Jaden Smith has it. Jaden Smith over to Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith puts it up. Rebounded by DeWolf. DeWolf coming down over center court. DeWolf approaching the arc. Cuts to her left-hand side. Now dribbles out onto the far wing. Over to Turman. Turman centered up top of the key. Over to Bogan on the near wing. Bogan dribbling around the arc. Bogan kicks it along the far sideline to Hicks. Hicks all the way over to Turman on the near sideline. Turman into the paint. Kicks it underneath to Clark, who puts it up and in. 7:18 left to go here in the first. Pioneer 2. Huron nothing. That over. There's a shot by Lyon. Just goes off the back of the rim. 3-point shot. Ba tracks down the rebound. Kicks it over to Lyon. Lyon over Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith gets the free throw line, calling out signals. Gets it along the far sideline to Lyon. Lyon over to Patel. Patel going down. She had that tipped by DeWolf as grabbed, and they're going to call it a jump ball at 6:55. Possession arrow towards Pioneer. So Turman will inbound from baseline left. Huron in their road white, their home white jerseys with the green trim. Huron in block lighting across front, numbers in green on the front and back. DeWolf brings it over center court, coming down the near sideline. DeWolf cuts from the near side to the far side, stops, flips it over to Bogan. Bogan to Clark. Clark, top of the key. Clark moves it over to Turman along the far sideline. Turman hands it off to DeWolf. DeWolf working her way around the arc from the far side, trying to get her way into the paint. Now bounces it over to Turman. Turman in the far corner. That kicked underneath to Clark. Clark trying to get it out to Bogan. Bogan underneath, back to Clark. Clark puts it up, gets her own rebound, kicks it out on the far corner. That put in by Turman. Turman with a 15-footer from the far side. Pioneer up 4-0. Coming into it, Sienna Smith bounces underneath the Ba. Ba puts it up and in. 6:02. Ba making it a 4-2 lead for Pioneer. DeWolf has it just over center court. DeWolf cutting to her left-hand side, trying to get down along the baseline, trying to split between two defenders. Travel called. That ball will go to Huron. Huron baseline right. 5:49 left to go here in the first quarter. It's Pioneer 4, Huron 2. Patel bringing it over center court. Patel down on the far side, gets it to Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith underneath. Lyon trying to put it up. That went off the bottom of the backboard. Coming the other direction with it is DeWolf. DeWolf over center court. DeWolf on the far corner. DeWolf working her way down the baseline. Kicks it over in the near corner. There's Hicks for three-pointers. That rattles home. Pioneer with a 7-2 lead. 5:21 left to go here in the first. Patel has it at the free throw line. Getting it back to Sienna Smith. They'll say it was tipped, so she can come back over half court. She gets into the paint, trying to bounce it. Quick bounce pass over to Ba, and it was just a little hot for her to handle. That goes over to Pioneer. 5:09 left to go in this first quarter. Pioneer with the 7-2 lead on this very, very good Huron women's basketball team. Only 2 losses on the season. Turman has it, top of the key, moves it over the far sideline to Hicks. Hicks trying to get it underneath to Clark. Clark moves it over to DeWolf. Back to Clark in the paint. A hook shot, would not fall. Ba with the rebound. Ba kicks out to Patel. Patel coming down the far sideline over center court. Patel puts on the Jets, comes down the paint, rolls it in. Good layup, rolled right around the rim and in. It's Pioneers 7 and Huron 4. 4:35 left to go here in the first. Over center court is DeWolf. DeWolf coming down the far sideline, being watched by Jaden Smith. Gets it to Turman along the far sideline. Turman bounce pass underneath to Hicks. Hicks over to Clark. Clark working on the near side of the paint. Now kicks it back to Hicks. Hicks looking for a screen. Puts up a long two-pointer. Would not fall for her. 70-foot two-pointer. That goes Jaden Smith with the rebound over center court. Jaden Smith over to Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith hits it. Three-pointer, and we're all tied up at 7 apiece. 4 minutes to go in the first. Whistle. And the basket is the net. Sienna Smith's three-pointer so powerful they got the net wrapped around, and they will now the official has to make a layup in front of everyone. He got it. No pressure, right? No pressure at all. Terman inbound right in front of us. Kicks it over to DeWolf. Is bringing it up to Wolf. DeWolf over center court. DeWolf bounces over to Clark. Clark just left of the top of the key. Over to Hicks. Hicks working way around the arc over on the far wing to Bogan. Bogan works her way down to the baseline. Now kicks back out to Hicks. Hicks just outside top of the key. Back trying to get it to DeWolf. Tip. Oh, they're going to say it was off Pioneer over to Huron. 3:33 left to go here in the first. 7-7 is the score. Pioneer jumped out to an early 4-point lead. Huron has brought it back. Patel has it on the far wing. Patel trying to get it underneath the line. Line putting up. Contact made underneath by Hicks. She'll get called for the foul. That'll be a shooting foul, so line will go to the line shooting 2. 3:24 left to go here in the first quarter. Lyon puts it up and in. Huron's first lead of the game, 8-7. One more shot coming for Lyon. Toes the line, puts it up, rolls around, won't go down. Rebound by Stewart. Stewart kicks it to Bogan. Bogan over center court. Bogan approaches, comes over on the near wing. Bogan over to DeWolf. DeWolf comes up, top of the key, now backs up to midcourt. DeWolf calling out signals. DeWolf bounces it over to Stewart on the far wing. Stewart down into the far corner for Hicks. Hicks working her way around the arc, now goes back into the far corner. Bounce pass to Clark. Clark trying to get it over to Stewart. That was tipped. Stewart goes down the baseline, puts it up. And Patel with the rebound, knocked away by Hicks. Hicks gets it to Stewart. Back to Hicks. Wouldn't fall for her. Stewart gets it. Stewart puts it up and in. Great effort not to give up when the ball wouldn't fall. Excellent rebound by Stewart. Patel has it. Top of the arc into the paint. Patel puts up a floater. Won't fall. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up and in. And it's Huron 10. Pioneer 9. 2:25 left to go. Here in the first, DeWolf brings it over center. Bounce pass over to Bogan on the near corner. Bogan works her way around the arc. Top of the key, Bogan kicks it to DeWolf along the far sideline. DeWolf backs up, back just inside of half court, calling out signals as she's being watched by Jaden Smith. Gets it to Stewart on the far wing. Back to Bogan, top of the key. Bogan works her way around to her right, hands it off to Clark. Clark thought about, hands it back to Bogan. Clark going back towards the paint, kicks it to DeWolf. DeWolf moves it to Stewart on the far wing. Stewart being watched by Sienna Smith, gets it back to Bogan. Bogan over to DeWolf on the near wing. DeWolf approaches the arc. DeWolf cuts to her right, trying to work inside into the paint. Jaden Smith trying to knock it away. Kicked on the far wing to Bogan. Bogan makes a little dive underneath to avoid some pressure. Put it up, wouldn't fall. Clark gets the rebound and puts it in. 1:20 left to go in the first. Huron 10, Pioneer 11. Patel going right down the side of the paint. Now kicks it back. Jaden Smith trying to get it underneath the bob. Back over to Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith right at the free throw line. Now top of the key, goes over to the far wing. Gets it over to Jaden Smith underneath. Jaden Smith trying to get the bob. That intercepted by Clark. Here comes Pioneer the other direction, bringing up DeWolf on the near wing. DeWolf working her way around the arc from the near side to the far side. Gets into the paint. Trying to put it up. That knocked away. Rebound grab by Jaden Smith. Well, steal, I guess, up to Patel. Patel skies it. That's intercepted by Bogan. Bogan quickly up to DeWolf. DeWolf on the far wing. DeWolf gets it to Clark. Clark up. Won't fall. Clark trying to get a rebound. That grab by Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith over to Patel. Patel over center court. 30 seconds left to go here in the first. As it's Huron 10, Pioneer 11. Patel has it on the far sideline just over center court, being watched by DeWolf. 18 seconds left in the first. Jaden Smith Patel looking for a screen, now calls off. Sienna Smith gets the screen from Sienna Smith, coming down the paint, trying to get it over to Sienna Smith. That's stolen away by Stewart. Stewart coming down the lane. Stewart. She went up. Jaden Smith got the ball, but got a piece of Stewart as well. That will put Stewart to the line with 3.5 seconds left to go. Here in the first. That'll put Felicia Stewart at the line. Shooting 2. Pioneer up by 1. Stewart with 2 free throws. First one bounces all around and down. Just wanted to build a little anticipation for us. And puts Pioneer up by 2. Turman comes in, replacing Clark. Gives Clark a little bit of a breather. Stewart eyes the basket, puts it up. That rims off. Lyons with the rebound. Lyon kicks it over to Patel. Patel putting it up. More than a half-court shot would not fall for her. 8 minutes up on the clock here. Second quarter starting. To inbound is Lyon right in front of the CTN crew just to our right. Nope, they'll have Jaden Smith inbound. Has Pioneer up by 2. Huron 10, Pioneer 12. Patel has it. Comes far wing. Patel looking around, gets it to Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith takes a stutter step, now works over on the near wing. Over to Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith kicks it off to Lyon. Lyon on the near side, as that's Maciejewski. Maciejewski has that over to Lyon, stolen away by DeWolf. DeWolf coming the other direction. DeWolf on the far wing, backs up about 3 feet inside of half court. DeWolf coming down the far wing, gets it back over to Hicks. Hicks over to DeWolf, top of the key. DeWolf being watched by Patel. Looking for a screen by Clark. Now cuts into the paint. DeWolf puts it up, goes down hard. Would not fall for her. Jump ball, though, as Stewart and Sienna Smith got tied up. Excellent sportsmanship by Sienna Smith, giving DeWolf a hand up. Always love to see that. Possession arrow pointing Pioneers' way. So DeWolf will inbound underneath her own basket. Jaden Smith trying to make it tough on her. She skies it out to Bogan. Bogan, top of the key, over to Stewart on the far wing. Stewart steps right on the block H. Coming over to the near side. Stewart cutting down the baseline. That would not go down, off the side of the basket and out of bounds. Tipped by Huron. Pioneer basketball. 7 minutes left to go in this half. As again to inbound DeWolf. DeWolf gets it to Hicks. Hicks top the key. Hicks coming down the near side of the paint. Whistle. As Maciejewski gets the call. So back in is Clark, replacing Bogan. Pioneered inbound again from the baseline. That to Clark. Clark has that tipped away. Coming the other direction with it. Sienna Smith has that knocked away. And Stewart gets the rebound. Stewart works her way from the top of the key over to the near side. Hands it off to Hicks. Hicks works her way from the near side to the far side. Trying to bounce it inbounds inside to DeWolf. That's stolen away. Maciejewski into the paint. Maciejewski puts it up. Would not fall for her. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it to Patel. Patel into the paint. Patel puts up a right-hand floater. Would not fall. Clark with the rebound. Clark getting it over on the near side. Patel trying to knock it away from Hicks. Hicks will inbound it. Right in front of us. Patel watching her on the inbound. 6:24 left to go before halftime. Huron 10, Pioneer 12. Stewart bringing it up court. Stewart goes right over center court, coming down the near sideline. Stewart quickly moves it to Turman. Turman on the far wing. Turman trying to look at down low. Now moves it to Stewart on the near wing. Stewart calling out signals. Stewart has Cooper. The wide stance in front of her. Stewart goes into the paint, trying to put it up. Travel called on Stewart. And we'll go over to Huron. 5:59 left to go before halftime. Huron 10, Pioneer 12. Patel bringing it up court. Jaden Smith to her left. Patel over center court. Patel approaches the arc. Moves it to Cooper. Cooper getting to the free throw line. Picks up her dribble. Gets it over to Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith trying to work her way in. Jaden Smith, top of the key. Stutter steps, comes into the paint. Jaden Smith puts it up with the right hand and in. We're tied up at 12. 5:36 left to go here in the second. DeWolf brings it over center. Kicks it to Hicks on the far wing. Hicks has Patel working on her. Hicks going down the far sideline. Bounces it. That put up by Clark. And Clark puts up the 16-footer. Pioneer with the 14-12 lead. Patel quickly brings it up to the free throw line, kicks it back. Jaden Smith trying to get into the paint, puts up with the left hand this time, rolls in, and that is all tied up to 14 again. 5:06 left to go. Turman has it on the far wing. Turman into the corner. Far corner for Stewart. Stewart works her way around the arc with Cooper on top of her. Stewart now gets in, down the baseline, puts it up, would not fall for her, coming the other direction, Spa. Stepping, putting it up, bounces off, and grabbed by Turman as Cooper slow to get up, going down the other way. It's up and in by DeWolf. As Cooper shaken up as she went down hard going up for the shot on the near side. She looks like she's all right. You always want your players to play hard, and you never want to see any of these people hurt, though. Any of these young athletes. Inbounded by Jaden Smith, baseline right, bringing it up Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith over center. Sienna Smith kicks it to Cooper. Cooper works her way around the arc. Into Maciejewski. Maciejewski bounces it to Lyon, who puts it up and in. Maciejewski has it on the far side of the paint, bounces it on the near side to Lyons. Lyons ties it up 16 apiece. 4:14 left to go before halftime. Bogan has it on the far wing. Bogan trying to work away against Maciejewski. Over to DeWolf. DeWolf over to Turman on the near wing. Turman gets the ball back in the far corner. Turman avoids some pressure by Jaden Smith as Sherman was trying to kick it on the far side too. Kicks, and that went off of foot, so kicked ball. Pioneer retains possession. 3:58 left to go before halftime. Bogan has the ball on the near wing, being watched by Maciejewski. Bringing it over on the near side to Wolf. DeWolf bounces it over to Turman. Turman, three-point line on the near wing. Now over to Clark. Clark gets it to Hicks. Hicks down into the far corner for Turman. Turman trying to get it over to DeWolf. That knocked away. DeWolf gets it. DeWolf, heavy pressure by Cooper on top of her. DeWolf back to half court. DeWolf switches hands on the dribble, gets into the paint, puts it up. Contact made as DeWolf went down hard. She's slow to get up. Neither of these teams are leaving anything on the court. Between these, great rivalry between these two teams, and obviously both teams doing everything they can to get an edge. Extra effort in this game. DeWolf shooting two, all tied up at 16 apiece, 3:27 left to go before halftime. DeWolf sinks the first one. Pioneer up by a point. DeWolf toes the line, dribbles the ball, spins it now, eyes the basket, puts it up, puts it in. Pioneer up by two, 18-16. Over here on 3:25 left to go before halftime. Bringing up Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith to Jaden Smith, top of the key. Jaden Smith being watched by Turman. Jaden Smith puts it up, bounces around the rim, and getting it, Turman with the rebound, kicks it to DeWolf. DeWolf bringing it up over the Huron H, right at center court. DeWolf fades over along the far side. DeWolf being watched by Jaden Smith, gets it to Clark. Clark, top of the key. Clark on the near side to Bogan. Bogan being watched by Cooper, a tenacious defender. That to Clark. Into the paint. Clark puts up a hook shot, won't fall. Battle for the basket underneath. Jump ball called as it was Clark and Cooper battling. Clark with the height advantage, but Cooper just a ball of energy. As that goes, possession arrow to Huron. Huron will inbound baseline right. Pioneer by two, 18-16 over Huron. 2:40 left to go before halftime. Sienna Smith calling out the play as she comes down the far sideline, approaches the arc, kicks it underneath the ball. That tipped away as Clark knocked it away. Out of bounds off a Pioneer. That is going to be Huron inbounding underneath their own basket. 2:30 left to go before halftime. As that kicked out to Ba. Ba had that tipped away by DeWolf. It'll be Huron ball. They'll inbound right in front of the Pioneer bench as Lions will inbound. Kicks it to Maciejewski. Maciejewski into the paint. Puts up a floater. Wouldn't fall. Ba trying to get it. Battle for it. Cooper tracks down the rebound. Cooper on the far wing. Gets it to Maciejewski. 3 points and in. 2:15 left to go. Huron takes the 19-18 lead over Pioneer. DeWolf coming down on the near side over center court. Sienna Smith watching her. Kicks it over to Turman. Turman over to Bogan. Bogan on the far wing. Bogan with Cooper watching her. Bogan bounce pass to Clark. Clark gets in, puts it up, and it falls, and double dribble. That will go back to Huron. So shot waved off. Huron with the 1 point lead. 1:50 left to go. Cooper has it along the far sideline, gets underneath the Ba. Kicks out to Maciejewski. Maciejewski into the paint. Maciejewski puts it up, bouncing around the rim. Would not fall. Turman rips away the rebound. Over to DeWolf. DeWolf bringing down the near wing. DeWolf over center court. DeWolf top of the key. DeWolf puts it over to Turman on the near wing. Turman with Lions in front of her moves it to Stewart. Stewart centered up just inside of midcourt, looking for a screen from Clark. Stewart coming down, approaching the paint. Lots of contact. That is going to be on Maciejewski. That is Huron's third foul. Pioneer has one. It's been a clean game so far. Not a lot of fouls. That'll be the fourth foul on Huron. Pioneer will inbound underneath their own basket as DeWolf looking to inbound, looking for a place to go with it. DeWolf skies it over to Hicks. Hicks on the near wing. Hicks being watched by Cooper. Hicks gets a screen from Clark, moves it on the far wing to DeWolf. DeWolf working her way around the arc. DeWolf, top of the key. DeWolf has Ba working on her. DeWolf dribbles to her left on the far wing. 1 minute left to go before halftime. Over to Hicks. Her shot was blocked. Coming down the near side is Cooper. Cooper into the paint. Kicks it off to Maciejewski. Maciejewski for three, and it goes in. Huron with their largest lead of the game, 22-18. 4 point lead for Huron. The Huron faithful here love it. Pioneer looking to cut into that lead. DeWolf bringing it up court. 34 seconds left to go before halftime. DeWolf calling out signals. She's on the near wing. DeWolf being watched by Sienna Smith. DeWolf just inside of center court. Gets it over to Clark. Clark bounce pass over to Hicks. Hicks right on the 3 point line. Moves it to Stewart on the far wing. Stewart has Lions in front of her. Moves it back to Bogan. Bogan just to the right of the top of the key. Back to Stewart, and that one, Stewart went to cut to the basket. Little miscommunication, out of bounds. Huron will try to extend their lead with 8.4 seconds left to go before halftime. 22 points for Huron, 18 for Pioneer. Bringing it up on the far wing, Cooper. Cooper kicks it to Maciejewski. Maciejewski bounce pass over to Sienna Smith. 3-pointer, and it falls right at the buzzer. Huron up by 7. Hicks to inbound. Hicks over to DeWolf. DeWolf being watched by Jaden Smith. DeWolf comes over center court on the near wing. DeWolf bounce pass over to Clark. Clark on the far side to Stewart. Stewart over to Turman. Turman avoids Sienna Smith trying to get the steal. Turman works her way around the arc, hands it off to Hicks. Hicks, 3-pointer, and she puts it in. Hicks answers back. That was a 22-foot shot. Here comes Patel the other direction. It is Huron 25. Pioneer 21. 7:30 left to go. Ba runs off the court. Hopefully everything's all right with her. 7:30 left to go. They just broke out of the timeout. As they're about to inbound, as there's a little moisture right in front of the Huron bench. So coach got down and took care of it. And inbounded over. Maciejewski moves it to Patel. Patel on the near wing being watched by DeWolf. Patel dribbles to her right, now cuts to her left. Top of the baseline, or top of the key, moves it over. Patel gets it back. Patel to the free throw line, over On the far side, Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith shoots it from the free throw line, puts it in. 7:07 left to go here in the third. 27 for Huron, 21 for Pioneer. DeWolf over center court, coming down the near sideline. Big watch by Jaden Smith. Bounce pass over to Clark, top of the key. Clark moves it over on the far sideline to Stewart. Stewart over to Turman on the near wing. Back to Stewart, right outside the paint. Stewart puts up a hook shot, bounces around, would not fall. Pulling that away is Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith over to Patel on the far wing. Patel puts it up, won't fall. Stewart with an excellent rebound coming down the near sideline. Stewart over half court. Stewart goes right into the paint, puts up the layup, and it falls for her. Stewart cuts it to a 4-point lead. 27 Huron, 23 Pioneer 2. 25 to go. Down on the baseline, that over to Lyon. Lyon stepped out of bounds. She pats her chest saying that was on her. She got it underneath and couldn't get it up quite quick enough. Turman inbound for Pioneer baseline right. 6:15 left to go here in the third. 4-point lead for Huron. DeWolf over center court. DeWolf bounce pass to Clark. Clark top of the key. Clark moves it over to Stewart on the far wing. Stewart over to Turman on the near wing. Turman dribbling up, bounces it over to DeWolf on the near sideline. DeWolf back to Clark. Hands it back to DeWolf, top of the key. DeWolf over in the near corner to Stewart. Stewart has Maciejewski on top of her, gets it back to Turman. Turman getting it to Clark in the paint. Clark puts it over on the far sideline to DeWolf. DeWolf into the paint, kicks it back over to Clark. Clark puts up a 15-footer from the far baseline. Pioneers within two. Quick pass over to Jaden Smith on the far wing. Lyon has it, top of the key, over to Patel. Patel trying to work her way into the paint. Back Lyons with the three-pointer. She puts it up and in. Huron 30, Pioneer 25, 5:22 left to go here in the third. DeWolf bringing it up court. Jaden Smith watching her. DeWolf comes from far side to near side, now over center court. DeWolf backs up on the near wing. Bounce pass over to Clark. Clark, top of the key. Clark looking for a place to go with it. Calling out signals. Hands it off to Stewart. Stewart coming down the near side of the paint. Stewart goes underneath the baseline. Layup would not fall for her. Jaden Clark coming up the other direction. Hicks got a hand on it. Clark gets it over. Maciejewski with a three-pointer. That grab by Hicks. And here comes Pioneer the other direction. 5-point lead for Huron. Hicks puts it into the far corner. Underneath to Clark. Clark over to Stewart. Foul called. First, Jaden Smith gets the foul, first team foul for the second half. 4:40 left to go here in the third. Huron 30, Pioneer 25. Pioneer to inbound underneath. If you do want to reach out to us, it's Arbor Broadcasting at gmail.com. Arbor Broadcasting at gmail.com. We are so appreciative that you listening and cheering for this team from wherever you are. Inbound, trying to get to Clark. That tipped away, coming up the other direction. Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith ahead to Patel. Patel on the near wing. Switches hands on the dribble. Gets it over to Maciejewski. Coming up the near side. Sienna Smith puts up the layup. Wouldn't fall. Clark with the rebound. Gets it over on the far side to Hicks. Hicks coming down the far sideline over center court. Hicks has that tipped away out of bounds. Pioneer to inbound. Hicks right in front of the team bench. Patel watching her. Hicks looking for a place to go with it. Hicks moves it over to Bogan. Bogan about 5 feet off of the arc. Moves it back to Hicks just inside of the far sideline. Maciejewski trying to jump a pass over to DeWolf on the far sideline. Out of bounds, and Pioneer will inbound again. Hicks right in front of her bench. Inbounding again. Gets it to DeWolf. DeWolf on the far wing, being watched by Jaden Smith. DeWolf calls out signals, trying to set up a play. Gets it to Bogan on the near wing. Bogan dribbles up to the free throw line, kicks it back to Hicks. Hicks trying to get it underneath to Clark. Clark steps back, rattles home a 16-footer from just outside the free throw line. Pioneer within three. Patel comes up, top of the key. Huron 30, Pioneer 27. Patel into the paint, kicks down the near corner. There's a shot by Lyon. That bounces off of the rim. Patel with the rebound. Patel coming down the baseline from the far side. That shot won't fall. DeWolf coming the other direction. DeWolf over center. DeWolf stops at the arc. DeWolf cuts into the near side, trying to get into the paint. Down the baseline. Would not fall. Gets her own rebound. DeWolf puts up the layup with the left hand and in. Pioneer within a point. Huron 30, Pioneer 29. Sienna Smith hands it off to Jaden Smith, gets it back, puts it in, long two-pointer, won't fall. DeWolf with the rebound. DeWolf over center. Pioneer down a point, chance to get the lead. That's stolen away by Jaden Smith. Patel quickly down the paint. Patel puts it up and in. Huron extends the lead, 32-29. Huron by 3. 2:55 left to go in this third period. Pioneer calls timeout. We'll take it with him. Hicks inbound right in front of us. Patel watching her. Breen. That put out, bounce pass over to Clark. Back to Hicks. Hicks working her way around the far wing. Hands off to Stewart. Stewart spinning with it along the far sidelines. Stewart puts it up into the paint. They'll call a charge. That will go Huron's way, and Jaden Smith inbound. Baseline left. Bryan's in for Pioneer now. Patel bringing it over center court. Patel just to the left now. Top of the key. In along the paint over to Lyons. Lyons over to Maciejewski. Maciejewski trying to bounce pass. Patel has to track that down before it goes over center court. Patel dribbles behind the back, puts it up, wouldn't fall. Bryan's with the rebound, ahead to Clark. Clark gets over to Stewart. Stewart coming down the far sideline. Stewart over center. Stewart gets in the far corner to Hicks. Hicks gets it to Bogan. Bogan over to Bryan's. Bryan's three-pointer would not fall. Stewart tracks down the rebound. Stewart coming down the far baseline. Stewart putting up the shot, wouldn't fall. Lyons with it, and a travel called on the rebound. That will go back to Pioneer. 2:04 left to go here in the third. Huron 32, Pioneer 29. It was back and forth in the first half. Pioneer with the lead much of the time, but Huron in the last minute and a half made it a 7-point lead before halftime. Pioneer has gotten it back within 3. Bogan kicks over to Bryan's. Bryan's top of the key. Bryan's with Patel working out, gets it to Bogan on the near wing. Bogan into the paint. Bogan trying to split. Pair of defenders puts it up and in off the high glass. A 1-point game again. Huron 32, Pioneer 31. Patel brings it over center court. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to go here in the third. Patel, top of the key. Patel puts it on the far wing to Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith moves over to Maciejewski. Whistle. Push off. Gotcha. 1 minute, 34 seconds. Off ball foul called. So Bogan called for the foul. 1 foul on Huron for the half. 2 for Pioneer. As the inbound underneath is Sienna Smith, gets it to Cooper. Cooper on the far wing puts up a three-pointer. That bounces around, would not fall. Clark with the rebound. Clark gets over to Stewart. Stewart coming down the far sideline. Huron by 1 point. Stewart into the far wing, into the paint, kicks it off to Bogan. Bogan for a three-pointer. Bogan, that won't fall. Putting it up, Clark. Whistle. As Clark went up, foul called. Foul on Sienna Miller. Clark to shoot 2. Clark toes the line, spins the ball, looks up at the rim, puts it up, bounces off the front of the rim. 1 more shot coming. Ba back in the game. We're very glad to see everything's okay with her. Clark with another shot from the line coming. Spins the ball. Puts it up. Puts it in. We're tie game at 32 apiece. Clark comes off on substitution. As Rollins in for Pioneer. 1 minute, 14 seconds left to go in the third. Tie game, 32 all. Sienna Miller gets it over on the far side to Cooper. Cooper dribbling, trying to Get past Brines. Brines keeping in front for her. Over to Sienna Miller. 3-point shot off the front of the rim. Rebound by Rollins. Rollins over to Bogan. Bogan over to DeWolf. DeWolf coming down the near sideline over center. 50 seconds left to go in the third. Tied 32 all between these two teams. Jaden Smith watching DeWolf. DeWolf bounce pass over to Rollins. Rollins top of the key. Rollins over to Stewart. As Sienna Smith trying to steal the ball away. That to Brines on the far wing. Brines over to Bogan. Bogan top of the key. Bogan moves it to DeWolf. DeWolf on the near wing. DeWolf has Jaden Smith in front of her. DeWolf dribbles around the arc now. Looking for a screen from Rollins. DeWolf now top of the key. DeWolf the free throw line. Gets it to Brines. Brines back to DeWolf. DeWolf three-pointer. Rocks around the rim. Would not fall. 13 seconds left to go. Here comes Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith over to Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith gets it. Jaden Smith into the paint. Trying to get it to Ba. And it was just Ba had taken a step in on the post. And it was just the pass just out. Little miscommunication. That sends the ball to Pioneer. 3.8 seconds left to go in the third. We are tied up at 32 points apiece. It has been a battle between these two fantastic basketball teams. This is what you love to see between rivals. DeWolf bringing it down the near sideline. DeWolf puts up the floater. Oh, and it just goes to the right. Jaden Smith, the inbound. Gets it to Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith comes over center court. And Huron going from left to right in this second half. The pass, there's Maciejewski with the three-pointer. That bounces off ball. Out of bounds. Jaden Smith is going to inbound just to the right of the CTN crew. Hicks watching her. Over to Cooper. Cooper along the near baseline. Cooper puts it underneath. Ba puts it up and in. Huron back to a 2-point lead. 32 to 30 or 34 to 32. 7:33 left to go here in the fourth. Quickly ahead to Hicks. Hicks has that poked away. DeWolf gets the rebound back. That deflected, but Bogan gets it along the near corner. Bogan over to DeWolf on the near wing. DeWolf has Cooper watching her. DeWolf looking for a place to go with it. DeWolf over on the far side for Hicks. Hicks puts up a three-pointer. That bounces off the front of the rim. Cooper with the rebound. Cooper over center court. Cooper top of the key. Cooper comes to the right. Cooper puts up a three-pointer. That one just to the left of the rim, out of bounds. Now go over to Pioneer. 6:59 left to go in the fourth quarter. Huron 32, Huron 34, Pioneer 32. Hicks will inbound, baseline right. DeWolf has it. DeWolf quickly back over to Hicks. Huron providing some full court pressure now, as that went off of Sienna Smith's foot. Kick ball. Pioneer will rebound, or not rebound, but inbound in front of the Huron bench. Just to the right of the scores table. Inbounded to DeWolf. DeWolf gets ahead to Bogan. Bogan quickly over to Hicks. Hicks puts up a 17-footer and falls. We're tied again at 32. As Sienna Miller brings it over half court. Sienna Miller working her way around the arc on the near side of the paint. Puts up a floater, won't fall. Ba with the rebound. Over to Cooper. Cooper has that knocked away by DeWolf. They'll call the foul on Hicks. The third foul on Pioneer. 2 on Huron this half. No team got even close to the bonus in the first half. Now that I said that, we'll probably race towards the bonus now. As quickly put up by Sienna Smith. Bounces off the rim. Rebound on the far side by Ba. Ba over to Maciejewski. Maciejewski bounced it off the rim. Wouldn't fall. Ba trying to get the rebound. Underneath, Bogan trying to grab it. Ba and Bogan tied up. Jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Pioneer. Pioneer with the chance as we are tied 34 all. Pioneer with the ball. Hicks inbounds to DeWolf. DeWolf back to Hicks. Hicks coming down the near sideline. Back to DeWolf on the far sideline. DeWolf picked up the ball, heads it to Clark. Clark over to Stewart. Stewart along the baseline on the far side, trying to get it to Clark underneath. You see who it's off of as Jaden Smith came down, knocked it away. They'll say it's off of Huron. As they're trying to get it to Clark, who is shooting down the paint. Jaden Smith did a good job to get her hand in the way. Pioneer will inbound underneath their own basket. DeWolf gets it to Clark. Clark back to DeWolf underneath the basket. DeWolf trying to put in the layup. Would not fall for her. Bob with the rebound. Coming the other direction. Here comes Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith gets to the free throw line. Puts up a floater. It falls. Huron back with the lead. 36-34. 5:49 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, Huron putting on full court pressure. The pass over on the far side to DeWolf. DeWolf has Patel all over her. DeWolf coming down the far sideline. DeWolf floats it underneath the Stewart. Stewart puts it up. Wouldn't fall. Gets her own rebound. Putting it up again. Would not fall for her again. Stewart ties it up. Jump ball. Jaden Smith was looking up court to go someplace with it. And Stewart said, oh, I can grab this. Tied it up. That possession arrow is to Huron. Huron inbounds. They'll flip the arrow towards Pioneer, and that can become big later. Patel brings it up court. 36 for Huron, 34 for Pioneer. 5:16 left to go. The pass over. Sienna Smith in and banks it off the board. Puts it in. 4-point lead for Huron, 38-34 for the River Rats. 5 minutes even left to go. As Hicks comes down the far sideline. Whistle blown. As Sienna Smith called for the foul. Both teams have 3 fouls here for the second half. Pioneer will inbound. As Maciejewski goes out to sit. She gets a breather. Bogan with the ball on the far wing. Bogan coming down the far sideline. Bogan has Jaden Smith on her. Whistle. Timeout call. We'll take it with them in the fourth quarter. Huron with 38 points. Pioneer with 34 points. Inbounded on the far sideline is Clark. Clark hands it to DeWolf. DeWolf on that far wing. DeWolf being watched by Sienna Smith. DeWolf makes her way into the paint. DeWolf has that knocked away. Patel bringing it down the court. Patel working her way into the paint. Passes off. Sienna Smith puts in the layup, and it's a 6-point lead for Huron. Huron 40. Pioneer 34. 4:28 left to go. Ahead quickly to Bogan. Bogan over to Clark. Clark putting it up. Would not fall for her as it rolled all the way around the rim. Patel quickly up the other way. Patel into the paint. As they're going to call a charge, that's going to go the other direction. Pioneer down by 6. They have the ball. Huron 40. Pioneer 34. The crowd getting bigger and bigger here as people coming in for the men's basketball game, tipping off after this. Clark has it, top of the key. Clark moves it over to Hicks. Hicks working away around the arc. Gets it to Turman. Turman on the far wing. Turman gets it to DeWolf. DeWolf to Clark. Clark making her way into the paint. Clark puts it up. Won't fall, but a whistle blown. Contact made underneath the basket. They're going to talk things over. Make sure they get this call right. As Ba called for the foul. It'll be the 4th foul on Huron. Clark shooting 2. Huron 40, Pioneer 34. That put up and hit off the front of the rim. Clark will have another one coming. 6-point lead for Huron. 3:55 left. Pioneer's been able to tie up the game a couple times in the second half. Not able to wrestle that lead away from Huron. Patel over center court. Patel calling out signals. Top of the key. Patel goes to her left. Working her way down towards the paint. Whistle blown as contact made. And that'll be a blocking foul on DeWolf. 4 fouls for both teams in this half. Patel shooting 2, looking to extend the lead. Huron matches their largest lead now at 7, 41-34. Patel has one more Shot coming, bends at the knee, eyes it, puts it up, puts it in. Huron with their largest lead of the game, 42-34. 8-point lead. DeWolf brings it down the far sideline. DeWolf has Jaden Smith watching her. DeWolf over center court. DeWolf kicks it over to Bogan. Bogan. Bounce pass to Clark. Top of the key. Clark moves it over to Turman. Turman calling out signals on the near wing. Turman now works her way over to the far wing. Turman kicks it to Clark. Clark gets it over to DeWolf. DeWolf with Patel watching her. DeWolf coming down the side of the paint. Puts it up. Contact made. Blocking foul called. That's going to be a foul on Patel. 5th foul for Huron. DeWolf at the line shooting 2. 8-point lead for Huron, 42-34. First one will not fall for DeWolf. Bounced off the back of the rim. She'll get another one coming. This basket has not been kind to Pioneer in this half. They've had some good looks and put up some good baskets, but that one falls. 7-point lead for Huron. Patel brings it over. Center court comes down the near side. Gives it to Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith on the near wing. Over. There's going to be a off-ball foul. That's going to be against Hicks. Both teams have 5 fouls. As inbounded to Patel in the backcourt. Patel, as the clock counts down to 3 minutes even. Patel bounces it behind her back into the paint. Patel bounces it, trying to get it to Bob. That goes all the way over to Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith on the far wing. Jaden Smith kicks it cross court.
3 seconds.
And 3-second violation called. Pioneer gets the ball on the 3-second violation. 2:48 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Pioneer down by 7. DeWolf bringing it up the far sideline. DeWolf over center court. DeWolf bounces it to Bogan. Bogan on the near wing gets it to Clark. Clark, top of the key. Clark calling out signals. Clark kicks it over to DeWolf on the far wing. Ba watching DeWolf. DeWolf gets it into the near corner to Bogan. Bogan going down the baseline. Puts up a floater. Won't fall, but a whistle called. Sienna Smith picks up her 3rd personal. 6 fouls on Huron, 1 more, and Pioneer is in the bonus with 2:26 left to go. Bogan at the line, shooting 2. Spins the ball, toes up the line, eyes the rim, bends the knees, puts it up. Will not fall for her. She'll get another shot. Chance to try and get it down to a 6-point game. Bends, puts it up, rims all the way down. 6-point lead for Huron. Inbounding to Patel. Patel bringing up on the near side. Huron 42. Pioneer 36. Patel on the near wing. Patel with DeWolf watching her. Patel steps back right inside of midcourt. Patel trying to get into the paint. Loses control of the ball. Out of bounds. That poked out of her control by Pioneer. DeWolf bent over. As timeout called, DeWolf was bent over at the waist. Hicks trying to take a look at her. So they're going to call out a trainer as DeWolf seems to be in some distress. As they're going to check her out. I don't know if somehow she got poked in the eye or something. Yeah, it looks like with the jersey she's trying to wipe her eye as she's slowly coming off. She's struggling a little bit. They're going to get her to the bench, and we hope she's all right. As I said earlier, I know I say it a lot, but you love to see these competitors playing their guts out, playing hard. You just never want to see any of these young athletes hurt. course, I think I could pull a hamstring just watching them play. 2:12 left to go. Timeout, inbound, and timeout called by Huron. 30-second timeout called, so we'll hang out here with you. Pioneer trying to steal one away from Huron at home, but Huron with a 6-point lead, and that clock is now becoming a big issue for Pioneer. Patel to inbound underneath her basket. Kicks it over on the far side to Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith into the paint, puts it up off the back of the rim, bogging the rebound, but tied up by both Clark and Hicks. Possession arrow points to Pioneer, so Pioneer will inbound baseline right. Stewart in, Brines in, Clark in, as well as Bogan are your 5 for Pioneer. As Clark has it, top of the key, over to Brines on the near wing. Brines works her way around the arc, bounces over to Stewart on the far wing. Stewart comes up. Stewart cutting down the near side of the paint, puts it up, puts it in! Huron 42, Pioneer 38, 4-point lead for Huron. Patel brings it down the far sideline. 1 minute, 35 seconds left to go. Sienna Smith has it on the near wing. Sienna Smith steps just inside of half court. Stewart providing great coverage on her. Over to Patel on the far wing. Patel with the Wolf watching her, or with Hicks watching her. Patel spins. Patel trying to cut in towards the paint now. Backs working away along the far sideline. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go. Pioneer has to foul as that clock becoming a real issue with no shot clock in high school basketball. Pioneer forced to commit the foul. Hicks committing the foul. That'll be the 6th foul. One more foul before it leads the free throws. Brines gets a breather. As they brought the Wolf back in. Timeout Pioneer. 1 minute, 11 seconds left to go. Inbounding the ball, Lions. Lions gets it to Patel in the backcourt. As trying to grab her is Hicks. That will now make it 1-on-1. So I believe that is the 5th foul on Hicks, so Hicks will have to take a seat. Brines will come in to replace Hicks. Now Huron in the bonus, shooting 1-1. Patel at the line. I believe she's perfect from the line as she puts it up. She does nothing to dissuade that as she puts it in. 5-point lead for Huron. 1 minute, 7 seconds left to go. Well, Patel, a very good ball handler, very good from the free throw line. She hits the second one, and that makes it an 8-point game. Or, excuse me, a 6-point game. 44-38 is the Huron lead. Stewart has it along the far sideline. On the far wing, Stewart dribbling. Stewart trying to get a screen. Stewart along the baseline, puts it up. Bounces off the rim. Clark getting the rebound. Clark putting it right back up. Won't fall for her. Touched every part of the rim but won't go down. Patel the other direction. Clark grabs her to foul. 43.5 seconds left to go. Well, you really wish someone other than Patel was hanging on to that ball, but she'll go to the line. For Huron, that's exactly who they want to have the ball on offense. Patel puts it up. Bounces off as that was 1-1. Pioneer gets the rebound. Quickly ahead to Brines. Brines on the far wing. Stewart coming down the baseline from the far side. Foul call. 36.4 seconds left to go. Huron with his 6-point lead. But Pioneer is going to keep battling, giving it every single ounce of effort they can. Stewart shooting, puts it up, puts it in. Back to a 5-point lead by Huron. Stewart looking to get it down to 4. Stewart puts it up. It will not fall. Rebound. Huron rebounds that ahead to Sienna Smith. Sienna Smith grabbed by both Clark and Stewart. 31.3 seconds left to go. Sienna Smith shooting 1 and 1. It's 9th foul. For Pioneer, so this is the last 1 and 1. Sienna Smith puts it up, puts it in. As it is 45 for Huron, 39 for Pioneer. Obviously the Huron student section coming in behind us. Here comes DeWolf. 6-point lead for Huron. Out to Brines. Brines gets it to Bogan. Bogan into paint. Bogan puts up a floater, and it will not fall. It just refused to go down. 16.3 seconds left to go. Boy, that thing bounced on every single part of the rim. It's happened many times to Pioneer. Jaden Smith now in to shoot 2. Looking to extend the lead. Off the front of the rim, but now Huron in the double bonus. She gets a second shot. Looking to make it a 7-point lead. Jaden Smith puts it up, puts it in. 16.3 seconds left to go. Coming down is DeWolf. DeWolf steps back, puts it to Brines. Brines over to Stewart. Stewart coming into the lane. Knocked away by Ba. 5.8 seconds left to go. Pioneer fouls. The whole academic at this point, but Pioneer will not give up an ounce of effort. As they gave this excellent, fantastic Huron team a good run for their money. The lead went back and forth in the first half. Huron stretched it out to a 7-point lead at halftime. Pioneer got it back tied a couple times, but could not wrestle that lead away from them. Huron got it to an 8-point lead here in the second half. Pioneer able to knock that down and get close, but not able to bring it all the way back. Clark had that knocked away by Patel, and that will do it.